Because what happens invariably in business is when you start a business, you're a small business owner, it's like getting in a boat and you've got a paddle. And you're paddling as fast as you can. And you're getting tired. You're like, man, it'd be really nice if I had somebody to paddle with me. And so then you grab somebody and you like throw them in the boat. So you throw them in the boat with you. And you're like paddling with them. But the problem is you maybe didn't train them. And so they're not using the right side of the oar, or they're paddling backwards, or even worse, you have two people in the back of the boat that their oars are out of the water and they're beating each other over the head with them, right? And how do you get everybody on the same page? And so that's what we do. We start to set what is the trajectory and the vision. Because I love telling people that if you don't know where you're going, you're likely not going to like where you end up. And so if you don't have goals, if you don't have vision for life, for your company, it's kind of aimless, right? And so with businesses, I say, let's get all of our oars rowing in the same direction, number one. And then the second thing is, how about we take some time out of paddling so that we can learn how to sail this ship? Because if you can learn how to sail the ship, it goes a lot easier, a lot faster, takes a lot more nuance, takes a lot more intelligence, but you get a lot faster. So I want to introduce you to the Leadcademy strategic vision. And here's how I'm going to go about it. So I'm going to answer 4 questions. So this is the very top line of the strategic vision page that I help companies develop. And I'm going to talk about core values and core message, which is really focusing on 4 questions. The who question is the number 1. Who? In my opinion, that's the most important question you can answer. Who is going to get in the boat with you if you're going to have a company? And how do you know who that person is? It's based on core values. And make it hard. You need to hire slow. Because if you don't have the right people, the amount of headaches that I'm sure you know, if you've hired people, and if you've hired the wrong people, the amount of headaches that can bring is immense. But here's the 4 core values, because I have core values myself for people that I'm willing to work with. And here's my 4. Number 1, growth is the goal. Not just like growth in your company, obviously that's important, but also personal growth. And are you growing as a person? The second one is leadership is the mandate. Because I get to work with a lot of tech companies. I've worked in artificial intelligence, robotics, software for the last 10 years. And there's a lot of things coming. It's going to displace a lot of jobs. However, the thing that is going to be timeless is the thing that has always been timeless. And that's working with people. Pastor this Sunday said that humans have been humaning for a long time. And I liked that. So I said, I'm going to steal it. So there you go. Leadership is the mandate. The third one is ownership is essential. And taking the idea of ownership and putting it into an organization so that people have that feeling that, man, I'm in this for myself, for my own reasons. I'm not just doing it to punch a time card. And maybe that also looks like giving ownership, if you're a business owner, giving ownership to your key people, because that will actually establish some longevity in your company. And then the fourth one is people are the priority. If somebody comes to me, and I've turned lots of people down that said they want to work with us, but they don't have the same value for people that I do, I just say, sorry, I'm not going to work with you, because my value is people. And if you're looking to use people to get a goal, no thanks. I'd rather help you establish the people side of the business. So that's who. So when you're talking to a company, you want to come work for me, or you want to work for a company, and you have these established core values, then people realize, oh, this is who we are, and this is who I better be, right? Second question is why. Why do you exist as a company? It's got to be bigger than money. Because if you're going to establish yourself in the marketplace as an industry leader, it can't just be we're here just to punch a time card, or we're here just to do a job. So this is the why of Leadcademy. Why do we exist? We exist to create an international network of leaders that impact the world through the lives of the teams and the communities that they serve. Because I believe that small business is the backbone of society. And if you can create an industry leader that cares about people, that is building an amazing company and helping them in all aspects of their life, of course that's going to impact the team. And that team is going to then impact the community. And then if you create a network around the world, guess what? You're going to impact the world in a very real way. Here's how we do it. Thank you. Here's how we do it. We build the framework that creates the environment of leadership and growth. You have to create the environment for leadership and growth. And that is the part of sailing that I was talking about. Getting your oars out of the water, learn how to sail so that you can actually move forward. And so how do you create that environment? Well, there's the 3 S's I tell people all the time. First one is structure. If you don't have the right structure in place, it's going to be really hard to build anything, right? Right, Manny? If you don't have a good foundation, doesn't matter how pretty your structure is. Doesn't matter how much paint you put on it. If you got a bad foundation, house is rough. So you have to have the structure. The second thing is you have to have systems. You have to have systems in place. And then the third one is strategy. Once you have structure and systems down, then strategy usually becomes pretty self-evident, and you know what to do next. So there's the how question. Then the last question is what? What do we do? Well, we help business leaders get their team on the same page, like I talked about, so that the company can systematically scale. So by answering those 4 questions, you know a lot about my company now. Here's my core values. Growth is the goal. Leadership is the mandate. Ownership's essential. People are priority. This is why we exist. We want to create an international network of leaders that impacts the world through the lives of teams and communities they serve. How we do that is we help them build the framework that creates that environment of leadership and growth. And we happen to help business leaders get their team on the same page so that they can systematically scale. Make sense? So when we go into companies, we help develop this entire system for them. We build the framework with them so they position themselves to going from just rowing to getting your team all rowing in the same direction to learning how to sail so that your company can establish itself as a leader, an industry leader in the marketplace that they serve. Thank you very much.